Hello sir, our project name is torque measurement. Means we have to measure the torque of the DC motor and sort the motors based on the torque values. Here our group members are Vignesh, Asif, Shivkumar and Sana, and we are doing this project under the guidance of Raghuraja Adi sir. Next is problem definition. Our problem definition is to design a torque measuring machine which should be able to determine the torque of the DC motor accurately, and it should be portable with the maximum weight of 2 kg. Machine should not have any errors, and it should determine the torque of the motors of RPM ranging from 10 to 60 RPM. Next, the budget of the machine should not exceed more than 3000, and it should work for 3 hours continuously, which is very important. The machine should control the speed of the motor and its direction, and it should measure the torque and also display the torque and sort the motors based on the torque values. Next is function tree and functional clustering. Here we have identified three subsystems, mainly holding the motor, measuring the torque and sorting the motor. But I have included one extra column called displaying the torque for more clarity. In this case, holding the motor is done by using the gripper, and in measuring the torque, the DC motor will hit the load cell 4 to 5 times, and the average of all the 4 to 5 readings will be taken, which will be equal to the force, and this force value is substituted in the formula to calculate the torque, and the calculated torque is displayed on the monitor screen. Next is sorting of the motor. It is done by using a servo motor which will rotate in a clockwise or anti-clockwise direction based on the torque values. Next is a functional clustering. In the functional clustering, we have divided all the three subsystems as follows. Next is subsystems identified. Here we have identified three subsystems. First one is holding the motor, which will be done by using the gripper. Second one is measuring the torque, which will be done by using the load cell. Third one is sorting the motor, which will be done by using the servo motor. Next is generated concepts. Here we have generated three concepts, namely concept 1, concept 2 and concept 3. In the first concept, the torque of the DC motor will be measured by determining the maximum current drawn by the DC motor by using the potentiometer, and then sorting of motor will be done. In the second concept, the torque of the DC motor will be calculated by using the load cell, and here gripper is used for holding the DC motor. Next, servo motor is used for sorting. In concept 3 to 2 conveyor belts are used. Here initially the RPM of the DC motor will be calculated by using the IR sensor, and based on the RPM of the DC motor, torque will be calculated. After the calculation of torque, the DC motor will fall on the second conveyor belt, and the conveyor belt will rotate in a clockwise direction for one torque value, and it will rotate in anti-clockwise direction for another torque value. In this way, sorting of motor takes place. Among all the three concepts, we have selected a concept 2 for our execution. Next is a 3D modeling. This is the assembly of our complete system. Here this is the DC motor, and this is the DC motor wing. This DC motor is placed on the stand which is made up of foam sheet. Here this is the gripper which is made up of acrylic sheet, and we have used DC motor for making a gripper. Below this gripper, servo motor is placed which will be fixed to the base, and the gripper will also be fixed to the servo motor shaft, so that along with the servo motor the gripper will also rotate and sorting takes place. Here this is the load cell which will be used for calculating the torque. This is fixed to the base by using L clamps and bolts. Here initially the DC motor will start rotating, and it will hit the load cell. Again it will changes the direction, and again will hit the load cell. In this way it will hit the load cell 4 to 5 times, and the average of all the 4 to 5 readings will be taken, and they should be equal to the force. That force value is substituted in the torque formula to calculate the torque, and that calculated torque will be displayed on the monitor screen, and based on the torque value calculated, the servo motor starts rotating in clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. For example, if torque is equal to X, the servo motor will rotate in a clockwise direction, and so the gripper will also rotate and sorting takes place. Similarly, if torque is equal to Y, then servo motor will rotate in anti-clockwise direction. Similarly, gripper will also rotate, and the sorting takes place. In this is an example for how our sorting works in this case. and in this way we can sort the motors based on the torque values by using servo motors. Here this is the circuit diagram of our entire system. It consists of an Arduino breadboard, load cell amplifier, one load cell, two DC motors, two relays, and one servo motor. Here one relay is used for the DC motor in the gripper, and another relay is for the DC motor of which the torque has to be calculated. Here we have used one servo motor which is connected to breadboard, and from breadboard it is connected to Arduino. It is used for sorting. Here there is one load cell which is used for measuring the torque. That load cell is connected to the load cell amplifier which is fixed to the breadboard, and from breadboard it is connected to the Arduino. Next we have two DC motors which are connected to relays, and from relays they are connected to Arduino. Here one DC motor is used for the gripper to hold the motor, and another DC motor is used for torque measuring. In this way, this is the entire circuit diagram of our system. Next is the flowchart of the entire system. Here initially the DC motor will be placed on the stand. After that the motor of the gripper will rotate in clockwise direction and hold the motor, and the next DC motor will on, and the DC motor will rotate and hit the load cell 4 to 5 times. Then the average of all the 4-5 readings will be taken, which will be equal to force. That force will be substituted in the torque formula to calculate the torque. After calculating the torque will be displayed on the monitor screen. Then based on the torque value, the servo motor will start and it will rotate in clockwise or anti-clockwise direction based on the torque values. In this way, sorting of the motor takes place. Next is the bill of materials required for the entire system. Here we have used one servo motor which will be used for sorting purpose. Next we have used 3 DC motors. 2 DC motors will be used for measuring the torque, and next another DC motor will be used for a gripper for holding the DC motors while measuring the torque. Next one load cell is used which will be used for measuring the torque. Next one load cell amplifier is used which is required for the load cell. Next is battery sizing. Here we are required to calculate the battery capacity required for our system. The maximum power drawn by the DC motor is 300 milliamperes. Here we are in this system, we are using total number of motors 3. The total number of working hours is 3. And here X is the required battery capacity. So if we substitute in the formula, we will get as 2.7 ampere hours. It means that for our system we require a battery having a capacity of minimum 2.7 ampere hour. So this is about battery sizing of our system. Next is the functional specifications of the entire system. Here function is determining the force acting on the load cell. The DC motor will hit the load cell 4 to 5 times, and the average of all the 4 readings will be calculated. That will be equal to the force acting on the load cell. Next is holding the motor. The DC motor in the gripper will rotate in clockwise direction and holds the motor. Next is sorting of the motor. In sorting of the motor, servo motor is used which will rotate in clockwise or anti-clockwise direction based on the torque values. For example, the servo motor will rotate in clockwise direction if torque is equal to X, so that the gripper will also rotate in the clockwise direction and sorting takes place. Similarly, if torque is equal to Y, the servo motor will rotate in anti-clockwise direction and the gripper will also rotate in the same direction and sorting takes place. So this is an example for how sorting of motor takes place in our case. Next is releasing of the motor. In case of releasing, the DC motor in the gripper will rotate in anti-clockwise direction and releases the motor. Next is measuring of torque. Using the force calculated, it will be substituted in the torque formula, force into radial distance. The radial distance will be initially calculated and it will be fixed. As we know the radial distance and force, torque will be calculated using the formula force into radial distance, and that calculated torque will be displayed on the monitor screen. So this is the simulation of our entire system. Here we have used 2 batteries for the 2 DC motors, and we have used one breadboard, one potentiometer, one Arduino and one servo motor. Here we have not used load cell because in the Tinkercad software load cell was not available. So instead of load cell we have used a potentiometer because we all know that the load cell output from the load cell will be a decimal value, and similarly the output from the potentiometer will also be a decimal value. So instead of load cell we have used potentiometer. So the output from the potentiometer will be used for a sorting purpose. So next is the code for our course project. You can see this is the final code we have uploaded for our course project. Here in our course project we have used servo motor. So we have used a servo.h and servo pin for servo motor in the code. And next we have used two DC motors. So we have used the pin mode function and the digital write function for a DC motors. In this way you can see this is the complete code for our course project we have uploaded. Here if I start the simulation, you can observe that if the potentiometer output is greater than 512, then then the servo motor will rotate more than 90 degrees, and if the potentiometer output is less than 512, then the servo motor will rotate only up to 90 degrees. Here in this case it is less than 512. You can observe that the servo motor will rotate only up to 90 degrees. You can observe here, and if I make it greater than 512, then we can observe that the servo motor will rotate more than 90 degrees. Here in this case you can observe. Here in the simulation we have used small servo motors in the software, but for our case we have used a big servo motor which will rotate in both the directions so that sorting can be done easily. So this is the final working of our course project. So this was the video documentation about our course project. Thank you.